to the end zone. What a catch! McIntyre, touchdown!
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Wins it, the championship.
You are looking live at Jackson Olin Field as tonight the GOW Mustangs host the minor Tenacious Tigers in the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations right here on WOTM. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tommy Wood along with Coach Rick Rhodes as we've got another dandy of a matchup coming your way tonight. And, Coach, tonight cranks up region play. Let's talk about what the impacts are. If you're starting to make plans for the postseason, you got to win early.
Well, there's for sure, and this is the first one, and both these teams, they want to come out here with a win tonight and get that big start.
You look at minor, they come in 0-2, a 1-1 team from Jackson Olin, but that's really irrelevant when you start talking about region because those wins early can really mount you in a position where you can make plans for the playoffs, and both of those teams really need a win tonight. Let's talk about some of the players in this ballgame. I know Jackson Olin's got a player everybody talks about, but let's talk about this guy from minor, Jamari Jemison. He is Mr. Electricity.
Well, he really is. He's one of the most exciting guys in this region right here. Not the biggest guy, 5'7", 137, kind of a water bug kind of guy, very quick, and he'll touch the ball both by receiving and by running the football tonight.
You know, last week we had a chance to check out Roydell Williams, an Alabama commit. Tonight, Quandarius Robinson. Folks are really high on this guy.
Well, some people say he is the top prospect in the state of Alabama. Four-star guy, is already committed to Alabama. You know, great pass rusher, good against the run as well. He can really run, strong guy, very long, as they say in modern football. He obviously is pretty special.
Yeah, and we are looking for an outstanding game from those two guys. And, Coach, when you look at teams trying to get an early win, there are several keys to grab a victory.
Well, there sure is. And minor, really, they've just had too many turnovers and penalties so far this year. And it's one of the reasons why they haven't won yet. They really got to get a handle on that tonight. For Jackson Olin, fast start's really important. They were down, 24 points just like that against a very good Shays Valley team last week, and they'll want to take control of this one early.
15 games between these two schools. Minor has won all but 4. Let's see how it goes tonight as we got Jackson Olin and Minor taking place right here on the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM. It is football time. You got first down and 10 there for Jackson Olin after a good return out to the 40-yard line. Swing pass on the outside, caught out there. A little stop-and-go move across the 40-yard line and out across to the 41-yard line for Jackson Olin, and that is Kentrell Calhoun on the catch.
And that little quick check mark screen out of a no-back look, but Minor with great pursuit out there held it to a very small gain.
Jackson Olin coming in 1-1, trying to rebound from their first loss last week in 12 games, regular season games, I should say. They were 10-0 last year. And for the Mustangs this time, it's going to be the quarterback keeper all the way through a little gap and close to the 45. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line. Malik Lowe on the carry there. Look at Adrian Abrams, head coach at Minor High School. And one thing about it, Coach, both of these coaches know their way around the weight room.
Yes, they really do. They are pretty buffed, to tell you the truth. And of course, playoff team last year lost to Muscle Shoals 10-7 in the first round last year.
Low back to pass, going to go deep this time, and coverage is there, and it's going to be hauled in and picked off. Here's Minor with the interception, 25-yard line, going to the far side, and breaking it out to the 40-yard line. In trouble there, will stop and go to the sideline and be pushed out of bounds, but a big interception that time, B.J. Chapman. Great coverage, and he pulls it off. So Minor with the first turnover of the ball game.
Well, one of the things you teach your safety is to be as deep as the deepest, and Jackson Olin's going to run the post route over in the middle of the field, and really just great concentration, and that is not an easy catch right there, Tom.
No, it's over the shoulder, and he was trying to find Khalil King, but overshoots him, and now picked off in Minor with an early TO, and they'll take over first down and 10, their first offensive possession of the game. Mark it at about the 48-yard line.
Got a lot happened early here.
Big pick right there. And a great return to bring it back out. Now we got to look at the Minor offense. Alex Glass, the quarterback. Got Javante Vance back there in the backfield with him. And it's going to be quarterback keeper. Glass falls forward for a couple of yards. Ends up about second down and 8. Here's your starting lineup for Minor. Glass, the quarterback. Vance will get the bulk of the carries. Corey Ware leads the way as a fullback. Big offensive line, Krim and Taylor, Cade, Witt, and Roselle. And the wideouts, Holt, Jemison, Bryant, and Woodward. Second down, about 9 this time. Ball on the far hash. And here comes Vance with it. Gets across the 45-yard line. He'll hammer his way down to the Jackson Olin 43-yard line. Good run on the right side on that zone read.
Yeah, they ran off tackle, and really a great block by number 8, Jordan Bryant, as we look at the Jackson Olin defense. Talked about Robinson. Very active inside linebackers. Pretty big defensive line as well.
Also in the secondary, Will Hall gets it done for Jackson Olin. He's a key in that secondary. First down yardage, and so it's 1st and 10 at about the 41-yard line. Minor trying to take advantage of the early interception. Takes the snap, hands it off this time. Not a whole lot of room there, but good power running that time by Vance. Was met at the line of scrimmage, big pop in there, but he's able to push the pile forward and pick up a positive gain there, fighting through a tough tackle. Corey and Wren there, 5'11", 285.
Now this is the counter play, and you can see both the right tackle and right guard pull. Pretty good pop in the hole right there by the Mustang defense, but good tough running, and picks up a little positive yardage. Get a look at that big Minor offensive line.
Second down.
Say the training table is alive and well at Minor High School.
There's a lot of beef there in the trenches, and we got a player down for Jackson Olin there. Again, these teams have met 15 times, and you know, Coach Minor really dominated this series for a long time. Jackson Olin last year gets the win, but they've won. They're 11-4. The Tenacious Tigers have had their way.
Yeah, for years, Minor dominated this series, as you said. It's changed a little bit here in the recent history. Of course, Tim Vakak is coming to Jackson Olin as we look at Coach Abrams. 10-1 last year, region champs. Has done a great job there, and Coach Abrams is putting his mark on the Minor program as well.
A couple of tough losses for Minor to open up the year. They fell to Ramsey 21-18 in the week 0 matchup, and then last week they fall to Paul Bryant 20-7. You see Coach Vakakis really trying to urge his team on. A very intense coach. He's one of those that he is the players love to play for him, because he will let you know how you're doing, and you see that there as he had some word for his offense.
Well, neither one of these head coaches are finesse guys.
They're power guys. Swing pass out there, going to be caught 20-yard line, breaks the tackle 15-10, and caught from behind, but down to the 5-yard line. A great catch and a great run after the catch for Kenneth Bryant.
Well, there's a little bootleg action in the backfield. It's a layered route. There's going to be a deep route, a short route, and they're going to hit the crosser right in between. And I tell you, in the early going now, that young man right there has been very impressive. That's Jordan Bryant, 6'3", 227, and he's the one that caved in the left side of the Jackson Olin defensive line earlier, and a nice catch and run right there by that young man.
6'3", 227. And can run like that and with the moves as well, so that is definitely a weapon for the Tenacious Tigers. First down and goal to go as they enter the Metro Goals red zone. Vance gets the call left side. He will be hit and take the pile down to about the 2.5-yard line.
I'm not real sure that Vance shouldn't have been just a little bit more patient there. It looks like he had some white shirts out in front of him off tackling. Maybe could have bounced that thing into the end zone. But, you know, all these runs are easy up here. Right,
yeah,
Tommy?
Absolutely. We've got the best view in the house.
Yeah.
And it's going to be second down and goal from about the 3-yard line. Minor Tenacious Tigers trying to get on the board here. Goes back to Vance. This time he will go into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. Vance gives Minor a 6-0 lead over Jackson Olin.
Great job by the left side of the Tenacious Tiger offensive line. They really, there wasn't a gold shirt inside and a huge hole for that young man to run through. You look right, just look at the right side of your screen. You see it's a little G pull right there, and just great execution. And that young man knew where the goal line is, and Vance gets it in for the first score of the night. And boy, is Minor impressive in the early going.
Extra point is up, and I believe it is going to be off to the right. 6-0 our score. 7:40 as Minor gets a big turnover, and they will capitalize on a touchdown run by Vance from about 2.5 yards away, and they take a 6-0 lead. Tenacious Tigers, again, we talked about the turnovers early, and you look at it, you get to this ball game like this, and a great throw right here as they find Bryant out here on the boundary, but that move there gets him another 10 yards as he's brought down at the 5-yard line, and then it's just power football. And you find a gap and get inside Quindarius Robinson and into the end zone. So Vance with a 6-0 lead as he will give it to Minor over the Mustangs here early.
Minor very impressive in the early going. Just great execution on both sides of the ball.
Again, they're going to be hungry. They're 0-2 on the year.
Yep.
Jackson Olin 1-1 after last week's 38-12 loss to Shades Valley. And we talked about in the pregame, Coach, how Jackson Olin gave up a lot of points early in that ball game, and they already fall behind here. They're just not getting off of that quick start.
Very slow start again this week, and they don't want to get too far behind in this one.
Good crowd continuing to come in. Squib kick going to be taking 35-yard line and just positive yardage near the 40. Picked up by the up guys there, and I believe that's going to be number 7, and it is, and that is Khalil King. So first down and 10. We'll get a second look at this Mustang offense. Quarterback leading the charges, Malik Lowe. He's a 6'2", 160-pound sophomore. Good look at him there, as he will lead the offense. Casey Jones in the backfield. Also TJ Shorts, a sophomore at 5'9", 230. He'll get the call at fullback, so we'll see him from time to time. First gives to Jones, nothing in the backfield. He's going to be hit and spun down. Great play over there, and that is going to be led by Jaquez Wilson, 6'4", 190.
Now, this is an inside stunt right there, and you can see that there are a lot of white shirts taking the gap to their inside. There's just nowhere to run. And, man, this is all purple and white so far, Tommy.
The visitors are coming in and taking over early, 6-0. You see the clock there, 7:07 left here in the first period. Jackson Olin unable to get anything going offensively to this point. 3 wideouts to the far, 2 to the nears. They go with an empty set. Lowe is looking, got pressure. They're going to bring him down. Good play defensively again. Good stop on the inside. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long. This Jackson Olin offense, we talked about Lowe and Jones in the backfield. Also those guys up front, good offensive line. Eli Johnson and Roscoe, as well as Rowe, Allen, and Goldthwait. And also your fullback, as we mentioned, TJ Shorts, as he will be the power back most of the time. But here it's 3rd down and long, so they'll empty the set again. Lowe drops straight back to pass. Looking, flips it down the middle. Catch is going to be made. Trying to get to midfield, and a 1st down catch. That is clutch right there. Bringing it in is Kentrell Calhoun as he gets 1st down yardage. Good throw and run.
Yeah, real good looking route right here. They ran a wheel route to the right of your screen, ran a little crossing route shallow, and one right in behind him. Linebacker stepped up, ball's right on the money. Very impressive throw to Kentrell T-shirt Calhoun right there by the young sophomore quarterback.
Ahmad Nelson with the stop, but not before J.O. gets the 1st down. They'll swing it on the outside. Not able to hang on there, picking it up, and it will be a forward pass. A little bit too tall to bring that one in. There's your Minor defense. Again, Wilson and Weldon are the ends. McDonald and Daniel in the middle. Secondary of Embry, Chapman, Lawson. And also you got Nelson, a middle linebacker, and free safety of Morgan. Looks like a heat timeout. Why don't we take the break as well? As it's 5:59 remaining. Back with more of the HSAA Game of the Week.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues.
Minor looks
The
like
certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your home of high school sports in Alabama. Watch WOTM this Thursday at 7 p.m. for the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations. This week, the Dothan Tigers travel to Montgomery to take on the Park Crossing Mustangs. Stay with WOTM all season through each week of the playoffs. WOTM is also your new home for all 7 of the AHSAA championships, live from Jordan-Hare.
Jackson Olin offensively trying to make something happen. Low in all kinds of trouble, tried to dump it off, and he's lucky to keep that in possession because defense all around. You see right here, he's trapped in the backfield, able to get away from that tackle, gets a little bit of room, and then throws it out into quadruple coverage, and somehow it finds the turf, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long once again for J.O.
Yeah, it's got to be disconcerting to the Jackson Olin offensive coaching staff, the penetration that Minor's been able to get almost at will to this point. And pretty tough to move the ball when you have that.
Lowe has pressure again, steps up, now going to stop, throw it deep, late, and incomplete. Looked like he was going to run it there and started at the last minute, saw his man breaking deep, but they can't connect. It's going to bring up 4th down. But you're right, Coach. You're looking at this Minor defense. They're coming from the middle, from the outside, and really, if you're low, you're really not sure where they're coming from. They're just getting to you.
Well, and that was Correz's good game. What a name that is. The Will linebacker that came just scot-free. And nobody, normally when the guy's up on the line, an outside linebacker, you're going to slide the protection that way to pick him up. But he was just really nobody was even near him. And that's a straight shot on the quarterback. And I know Jackson Olin will try to eliminate that.
Mustangs just going to have to punt it away, try to pin Minor deep. It hits at the 10. They let it roll, then picked up and in trouble. Tackle back at the 5-yard line. Good coverage by the Mustang coverage team. And really, if you're returning the football, you're in no man's land there, because if you let it go, it's going to roll dead at the 1. You pick it up, and you may get it to 5. So he saved his team probably about 3 or 4 yards, but down on the coverage, who was it but Quindarius Robinson?
There is one other option there. Catch the football in the air.
Absolutely.
And, boy, you just hate to see that ball on the ground. And I think we talked off camera last week. If you catch every kick in the season, it's the same as a 1,000-yard rusher. That's an unbelievable stat. And that cost him probably 8 or 9 yards right there.
So here's Minor offensively. They were able to cash in for a touchdown on their last drive. They'll open up back inside their 10 at about the 6-yard line. Vance will try the right side. He'll bring it across the 11.
Now you got to look right there at why that young man, Quindarius Robinson, is so valued. He lined up as the left defensive end, checked the handoff out, and then ran the play down from behind. Watch him come from right to left on your screen. Just runs the play down from behind.
Great pursuit that time, Quindarius Robinson. 2nd down.
He's about 220, 230 now. Looks like he can carry another 40.
Yeah, very slender on that too. Confusion in the backfield and going to be trapped and brought down back at the 5-yard line. Somebody went the wrong way back in the backfield there, and making him pay is Kason Boston as he comes in, a big sack. You see him fake it to no one in the back, late coming over. But again, just a busted play right there, and not able to get anything going. It's a big 3rd down play here, and you look at it, if you're not able to get this 1st down, you are going to give Jackson Olin great field position.
And you want to be careful here. You don't want to turnover down here.
This time they'll give it on the right side, trying to find the corner, and spins away at the 10 to the 15 and fights his way out to the 17-yard line. He's going to be close to 1st down yardage. That is a tough run that time by David Gardner.
Yeah, it had about 4 or 5 yards, but watch the second effort right here. Nice spin move, lowers that shoulder. Those good running backs, you don't want anybody to get into the framework of your body. You want to take everything on with your pads and your helmet. Looks like he came up just a little bit short.
It looks like they're going to have to punt the football away here. But he gets them out of a hole and gives a little bit of breathing room. That miscommunication on the play before really cost them, where you lose about 3 plays. Back to return. You got a good look there at Khalil King. So he'll try to give the Mustangs good field position here. His snap is over the head into the end zone, and it is going to be a safety. Safety last week, Coach, a safety this week.
Tell you what,
and who gets it? Quindarius Robinson with a hustle play.
Now, the question I have, was that ball too high, or did it go through the punter's hands? No, it was too high. Definitely too high. Unless his vertical jump is much better than I think anybody's would be.
And get the safety out of it. I'm going to tell you, Quindarius Robinson showing the speed there, almost was able to get it in the end zone for the 6 points.
Yeah, Minor's very fortunate that ended up only being 2 points.
6-2 the score now.
Looks like
Jackson
we got
Olin.
one down.
They'll get the football back. Got a player down at about the 25-yard line. They'll help him up. Looks like it's going to be Mo Outlaw. I'm not sure exactly what Robinson gets there. But he comes, you get the turnover dunk. You get the turnover dunk. And so they lob it up, and the Thunder jam on the sideline. Everybody celebrates now.
You know, I don't know about that one. I don't know if I want my guys leaving their feet,
You get an instant replay here.
All right.
He lobs it over for the assist. They'll lob it up. Little windmill. Dominic Wilkins jamming it home. And
I'm not saying the dunk's not impressive right here. I just kind of like those guys with both feet on the ground. And, of course, here you see the modern technology of high school football. You can show them everything. And they're right there.
Remember back in the day where you had the film and you had to go get it processed, and like 2 days later you could actually watch it?
I'll tell you something. The old splice machine.
Yeah.
Cut it. Put the emulsion on there. I still don't know what emulsion is, but you put it on. It
sounds good.
Guys. Scrape the film and just pray you didn't put it on upside down.
It's just unbelievable that you can see instantly the series before.
Well, I do a little work over in Europe, and I've had player coaches meetings over there with the film that he's watching in Austria, and I'm watching in Birmingham, Alabama, Alabama, and we're both looking at the same film. That's come a little ways from the emulsion on the tape. Yeah.
So now Minor got to kick it off from the 20-yard line. Another squib kick taken by one of the up men. Picked up there, 35-yard line. In great field position for Jackson Olin. They are almost in the Metro Goals red zone after just fielding a short kick. So here comes Lowe back out. They'll see if they can get this offense going, because Mustangs, they've got the 2 points, they've got the momentum now, but offensively they've really not been able to get things really on track.
No, they really have not. Haven't had many positive plays offensively at all, but early. Safety a lot of times will turn things around. Kind of wonder about a squib kick from your own 20. After a safety. As you said, it did give the Mustangs great field position.
Lowe will drop back on first down. Got pressure again. Steps up. He's going to be hit. It was about 4 yards. And
I'm going to tell you, as long as they're going to let Carez Goodman, the Will linebacker, number 27, watch him again on the left side of your screen. I mean, folks, there's nobody blocking him. And the back tried to pick him up late right there, but it's pretty hard to do much of anything when that guy is coming clean every snap.
When he steps up, there's a host of Tenacious Tigers waiting on him. So now you're looking at second down at about 13. They're showing a 4-man front here.
And you got to remember,
you see sneaking up there though is Ahmad Nelson as well.
You remember too, this is a sophomore quarterback that.
We'll keep it this time. Get back to line of scrimmage originally. Call forward for a couple more. Going to set up a third down. And looks like about 7 to go.
It's just the speed sweep series, and the quarterback keep off of it. Good tough running right there to pick up a nice gain. But when you're a young quarterback, just to follow up on what I was talking about, you get that constant pressure now. You don't have the experience to fall back on. To hang in there in that pocket is much tougher for a young quarterback.
Lowe in trouble again, steps up, finds a gap, 30-25, got the first down. He'll take it down to the 22-yard line. That time just weaving his way through the defenders. You see Lowe there, very elusive.
Well, he does a nice job right here of stepping up into the pocket. Minor that time does not do nearly as good a job retracing their steps back, and he's able to turn really nothing into something. But it looks like this one's going to come back.
Coach Vakaka's there, not pleased with that one. And there is a flag on the play. But he shows you what he can do. Again, just weaving his way in that time, not really able to get much of a move, and we've got a holding call against Jackson Olin. And that's going to bring up third down. I think you're 2-down territory, obviously, here because you're too far out to try a field goal, and a punt probably goes in the end zone based on what we saw earlier. So, third down and long. I'll tell you what, that's 6'2", 160 right there. Only a sophomore, empty set. Comes the speed sweep, and they'll give it this time, looking for room and finding it 40-yard line, 35, and spun down there. Good tackle out here. It's going to be a good game again on the stop.
as you look at the right of your screen, real nice block initially by Kason Jones to hold that edge, but good job of getting off the block that time by the Miner flat defender. And looked for a minute like that ball was going to go a long way, but nice recovery by the Miner defense.
So 4th down. They will elect to punt the football away, so that is a big stand by this Miner defense. Because that's where they started the drive, and that's where they ended, really. Benefit from a penalty there. An angle for the sideline. It's going to hit.
A pretty good one.
Oh, that's not bad. Right outside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 10, and Miner's going to start deep in their own territory yet again with 1:34 remaining in the first period.
Pretty physical game at this point. Teams getting after it.
Especially in the trenches. That's something that's been impressive for both sides so far. 6-2 score. Miner leading over Jackson Olin. Tommy Wood and Coach Rick Rhodes doing this AHSAA Game of the Week, brought to you by Ox Foundations on WOTM.
I wonder if Miner will go back to that bootleg series they had such good success with earlier.
You got to think that when you come to the line, the one thing you look for is where is number 6 on the other side.
I would think you'd want to know where that young man
That's
was.
and he's lining up there, on the blind side of a right-handed quarterback, and that would be of concern. And I believe we got some chain issues over there. Officials trying to.
I'm just about convinced that the quality of the materials in the chains that they use now is not nearly as good as it used to be.
I think you're right.
Because I've seen this time and time and time again.
Have to get a little duct tape and see if they can do some patchwork here.
Either that or somebody on the chain crew wanted some TV time.
That could be it too.
Did you ever read the actions about how to get on TV?
No.
It's pretty good. Since I spent most of my time on the sideline, I knew all that stuff when I was a player.
Oh, okay.
If there's an injury, you go out and you help the guy off the field.
That's good. That's good.
If there's a measurement like that right there, you stand right next to the chain and you madly point to a 1st down. All right. If there's a head coach conference right there, you make sure that you are standing behind the head coach at a direct angle to the TV camera. I didn't waste my college career.
Wow.
Tommy. I spent my time.
Words of wisdom here. Now, we're educating all of you tonight.
And, of course, if you can get close enough to the guy that makes the big play, be sure and shake his hand when he comes off. You notice none of those involve me actually being
doing
in
anything.
A play.
Yeah, I mean, really,
the
play is immaterial. All right, here we go. 1st down and 10. They've got the chain set. It is Miner football back at their 11-yard line. Tough starting position again. Give on the right side, cutting it back and out to the 15-yard line. Too bad of a run that time for Vance.
Yeah, it was a nice run. At that time, Jackson Olin was going to get in a bare front. It's a 5-man front with 2 linebackers inside. That's a 7-man box. Tough to run against that little cut inside. Got Vance an extra 2 yards. Pretty nifty little back right there.
He's not bad.
5'10", 195.
Great vision that time to cut it back. One thing that you see is when they leave Robinson unblocked, he is right on the tail of the running back, whichever way they go. This time it looks like they brought him over here to the near side. They get the pass out here, not able to hang on.
Yeah, he tipped that ball as it was coming out.
Call it a lateral, and it's moved to the 15-yard line.
I thought he dropped that as a forward pass, but obviously.
Look forward from my angle, but of course, let's see. He's back at the 15. He throws it.
Robinson's range right there. I'm sorry. The ball's definitely forward.
We'll say that it is a lateral. He's able to move forward now. We're in probably the final play here in the first period. 3rd down and long now. Glass trying to get something going offensively. Still going to give it up the middle. Tough running out to the 20-yard line. That is close to 1st down yardage, but Vance that time just continued to power those legs, and that's going to be the end of the first. So 6-2 our score as we end one. Jackson Olin and Miner coming at you on the HSAA Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations, right here on WOTM.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price, guaranteed. If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Youth suicide. Don't want to talk about it? You should. Hi, I'm Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama. 4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide have given clear warning signs. By knowing the warning signs associated with suicide and knowing how to help, you could save a life. Visit jasonfoundation.com and start learning how you can make a difference.
Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Locally owned and accredited, Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Miner leading 6-2 on the HSAA Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM. Glad to have you checking out this Class 6A Region 5 opener for both teams. Miner picking up, looks like they're going to mark him shy of the first down, so 4th down at about a half yard, and back at their own 20, they line up as if they're going to go for it here.
Or maybe the old let's try to draw them offside play.
Reset the offense. Glass is going to give it in the backfield. First down yardage. Wow, roll the dice here early, and out to the 25-yard line goes Vance.
Well, that's, great concept right there. Try to draw them off if you can. If you can't, of course, great blocking. It's just the lead play, the ISO, and of course, Jackson Olin had about a 9-man front, so there's not a very big second level. And if you pop that initial line of scrimmage, you got a chance to pick up some extra yardage, and that's exactly what happened right there.
So first down and 10 for Miner, moving it out across the 25-yard line. Glass, the quarterback. Vance checks out. Gardner's back in there. It will be right side. Not a whole lot of room there. And a big stop in there. It's Corey and Wren.
Well, again, Jackson Olin is in that bare front. Cover the center, cover the inside eye of both tackles, and then 2 defensive ends on the outside, 2 linebackers behind them, and 7 men stacked in the box. Tough to run the football between the tackles against that.
Second down and long here.
Now back to more conventional 4-man front.
Glass is going to try the left side. Got a running room there. Breaking into the 40-yard line. 45, hammered his way out across the 45 is Gardner. I tell you now, he has had a couple of impressive runs here in this first half.
Yeah, this is a great job right there by the right guard and right tackle. And I think that's Jaquarius Taylor is the guard, and don't have the right tackle on my list right here, but really a great execution by those 2 young men. A good job of sealing the left side as well. Just really a well-executed play.
First down and 10 for Miner. Glass rolls out to the right side, now dumps it off across midfield. The catch is made. 45, another first down. And the Tigers on the move, bringing it down to about the 42-yard line.
It's just a little half roll and a little stop route in the flat right there. Nice job of making the first guy miss, and that's really a great run after the catch by Tyler Woodard. 6'3", 175, and he's a good-looking player too.
Good-looking athlete. 6-2, Miner leads. Out of the shadow of their own goal post, have moved it down to about the 42-yard line. First down and 10, Glass, little slant, caught, 30-yard line, down to the 28. And once again, that is Woodard on the catch. A couple of big plays in a row there.
Put the formation in the boundary and just went one-on-one to the field and ran the slant. That ball's right on the money, and really not bad coverage right there, but just a good throw and great concentration by Woodard.
Also great position. Looked like he boxed him out in basketball and used his body well.
Well, you try to throw that slant right to that front armpit for just that reason right there, Tommy, to get your body between the ball and the defender. That's exactly what happened.
Back to the run. Vance, not a lot of success there. We got a flag. Comes tumbling in. Over on the outside. Check that out. Vance that time just not able to get anything up the middle. And a holding call will go against Minor.
It's a little unusual to get a call from a linesman on an inside run like that, especially one that started and stopped so quick. But somebody got a hand out there wider than they should have.
Coach Abrams, a little laugh. I'm almost certain it was on the wide receiver
Yeah,
was out there, and that's that looked to be the area. So you look at it over here on the left side.
Well, you know. Yeah,
You do what you can. So now back to the 39-yard line. They'll go to Vance. He's got nowhere to go, and they'll spin him down. That is a great play in the backfield.
That's great penetration. I believe that's Kason Boston, the other defensive end, 6'4", 215. I tell you, he and Robinson make a pretty nice pair of bookends.
That's a very good point there. The two defensive ends, you can tell they are athletic. They are active.
6'4", 215 and 6'5", 220. Yeah, that'll get your attention.
Hard to throw over those guys, too.
Yep.
I mean, that's one thing. I mean, you start looking at slant passes and swing passes. Really, you got some big targets to try to throw it around. So 2nd down and long now. Back to the run. It's Vance. Vance finds a gap, 35-yard line, carrying defenders inside the 30. Down to the 27-yard line. I have been really impressed with this guy. He finds a little gap in there, and again, the gap is a little bigger than I thought. Good blocking on the interior.
Well, this is the counter play again where they pull the guard and the tackle. This time it went left to right instead of right to left, as you look at it from an offensive standpoint. And to this point, Jackson Olin has had no answer for that. Those linebackers have got to read the counter action. They've got to fill, get back over the top, and to this point, Minor's doing a great job of sealing all that off. And I imagine we'll see that play a time or two more tonight.
So he's got about 11 on that play. Leaves 3rd down and 9. You see Jackson Olin threatening the blitz. Confusion in the backfield. Glass going to roll out. He's in a lot of trouble. Cuts it back, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. I believe Vance may have gone the wrong way, or Glass did. And you see the confusion in the backfield.
Yeah, well, you know, at first I thought it was going to be a bootleg, but it is a busted play, and I do think the running back went the wrong way. And this is a good job by Glass, because what you want to do when you're a quarterback and something doesn't go right, you want to plant that foot and go north and south and try to get 4 yards. And that's, you know, he didn't get that, but he didn't lose 4 yards.
Glass, a junior. They'll let the clock wind down as much as they can, take a timeout and discuss this, because it's going to be 4th down and about 9 or 10 to go. So they'll let the play clock wind down and try to eat as much of this clock as they can. Then they'll call the timeout with 7:09 remaining in the first half.
You know, it kind of gets back to what we talked about in the opening. You know, the penalties, mistakes, turnovers. You know, they've kind of reared up their ugly head again tonight and have hurt Minor, because they've moved the ball well. But you think about it, I mean, what's hurt them? Snap over the punter's head, and penalties, and a couple of busted assignments.
The little things make a big difference. You know, that's kind of the way it's been in this first half, especially these turnovers, I should say these penalties, are at key moments. You know, when you feel like you're getting some momentum and then you get a holding call, it moves it back, and it just continues to jump up and get them, and that's where you're playing behind the chain, so a big 4th down play right here.
Well, especially, you know, in a game that's as competitive as this game is going to be, you just can't afford to give those opportunities away.
Tim Bukakis, you got to look at him there. He's kind of wondering what's going on with his defense, because if the penalties are not there for Minor, these Tigers have moved it up and down the field.
Yeah.
This drive started back at their 10-yard line.
Well, and you know, that counter series, you know, the bootleg is a variation of the counter series. The pass they hit to set up their score, and then the long runs have been off the counter. That's the series that they've got to get shored up.
It's a big 4th down here, about 10.5 to go. 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Glass steps straight back, got pressure from the outside, going to throw it, and the catch is going to be made to the 15-yard line, down to the 10, and inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Once again, Tyler Woodard on the reception.
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to run the inside receivers right down the hashes, and Woodard is going to turn to the inside, you know, at about 12, 14 yards, and that ball's right on the money. And I tell you, I've been impressed with Alex Glass. He's thrown some nice balls tonight, and that young man right there has been very polished. You know, 6'3", good hands, looks like he can run. Might see him playing for somebody else one of these days.
I'm guaranteeing you that. Metro Goals Red Zone, of course, Metro Goals in Helena. And they specialize in manufacturing sports equipment, a whole lot more. Vance on the carry to the right side, and the ball pops loose. Or did he have? It looked like the ball popped loose. It may have been a shoe, and he's going to go into the end zone.
Well, I think he popped loose too.
Yeah,
It looked like he was
right.
tackling, and he just kept running. And boy, what an impressive drive.
About a 90-yard. And again, you're looking at it as Vance takes it on the right side. You'll see something kind of fly out, and I believe it could have been a shoe, and there it goes.
Yep.
And then into the end zone is Vance.
Well, and of course, he was the Wildcat quarterback there, which of course, gives you in effect another player on the offense because you're not wasting a ball player handing the ball off. It's direct snap, get an extra blocker, and good tough runner on his part. And I tell you, the Tenacious Tigers are just that right now. They're pretty freaking tenacious, I'll tell you.
13-2, they take the lead after the extra point. 6:35 left in the first. Of course, Metro Goals. If you need that number, write this down: 205-664-0002. They've got residential, parks and rec, and schools, and a whole lot more. But again, you're looking out of the Wildcat there.
And it's a power play. Kick out with a fullback, pull that guard through. I tell you, the pullers have really done a great job for Minor tonight. Both those guards are really playing well, and they've really done a great job all the way up front of execution, and that's why this game's 13-2 right now.
Offensively, when you look at Minor, they scored 18 the first game, 7 last week, but you're looking, the ingredients are there with Woodard on the outside. You got quarterback Glass that's putting the ball on the money, and we've seen 2 runners in Gardner and Vance that can tote the mail. So I think right now you're looking at a team that, as this season goes on, they're going to get better and better.
Well, they look like a very focused, purposeful football team right now. But they, of course, nobody likes having that 0 on the left-hand side of the column, I can tell you. And they've come to play tonight.
This time kicking it deep. GO on the return there to the 20.
Got it caved
Bounce
in.
it outside and finds a gap for it. He gets a good block here on the boundary. Down the near sideline and bringing it all the way down, and a push out of bounds, and a flag comes in, but a great return. Mustang football, and that penalty could put Jackson Olin deep in Minor territory.
That time the coverage unit for Minor really got bunched up. The thing you try to do in coverage is always keep your outside arm free, and that time they got pinned inside, and results a huge return for Jackson Olin.
We've seen the squib kick every time except that one. And Mustang's able to get a great return. We'll get the call right here. And it's going to be a dead ball, personal foul, out of bounds. And a great return.
You can see all the gold shirts are outside the white shirts, and except for that end man right there. There's just no pursuit, and that's a little bit out of bounds.
Yeah, DeJuan Taylor on the return as he kind of gives himself up, and he'll take a shot. Sean Williams gets him out of bounds, so you look now and you've got Jackson Olin down by 11. But they are going to start this drive in great field position. 6:24 left here in the first half, 13-2, Minor on top. This is the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
So inside the red zone to start this drive for Jackson Olin, the fake pitch, and then taking it down to the 10-yard line. Good run on first down for Lowe as they make their way into the Metro Goals red zone.
That's the old toss read. You don't block the end, and you look at him, and if he's still, you toss the ball. If he starts outside, you keep it as the quarterback. And it's amazing to me that it took so long to come up with a concept that's so good and so simple. And we tried everything in the world to try to block that defensive end, and it's been around about 3 or 4 years. And very effective play.
Second down here. The give. Wow, in the backfield. What a crush.
That was not the toss read.
That was a shot in the backfield.
Yeah.
Jones was unloaded on him.
And they met head to head.
They did, and I believe that's Weldon that made the tackle. No, check that. That is going to be Good Game who made the tackle, and he is still down.
Well, he came off that edge hard like he's done all night, and that time it was the outside off tackle play, and they met in the hole.
Big hit in there.
It was a big hit. You could hear that all the way up in the stands.
Once again, the Metro Goals Red Zone. They have carved a niche in Birmingham and around the area by installing basketball goals for individuals as well as schools and commercial accounts. Metro installs about 2,000 goals a year. Not only manufacturing them, but installing them, but also batting cages, football goal post, volleyball standards, bleachers, wall padding, and all types of netting. Again, that is Metro Goals. You see right here, wow, that is a head of steam. Both players meet. Picture perfect tackle. Good Game is going to have to check out momentarily. Looks like.
Well, here's the thing. You know, there was danger about that play. That head was down, and that's a no-no. You know, you don't ever want that head to be in a downward position. That's when those serious injuries happen. You want to have what's called a bull neck, and of course you don't want to make contact with your head. You want to make contact with your shoulder and slide across that and wrap up with those arms. Great hit, great tackle, but keep that head out of there, young man.
Third down for the Mustangs here. Miner trying to come up with another defensive stop. They run the option, keeping it, and down to about the 11, goes low. Good tackle.
Yeah, it's Ahmad Nelson, the middle linebacker that slid over and made that play. Very tough to get a blocker on him when you play this 5-man front, which is what Miner was in that time. And you see he's unblocked and does just what the Mike linebacker is supposed to do.
It's going to bring up fourth down now for Jackson Olin here. That Miner defense has proven to be tough here in this first half.
Yeah, it's been tough going. And, you think, of course, it's still real early, but you think that Jackson Olin has to get something out of this drive right here.
That's the thing. You look at this Mustang offense, and this is the inconsistency, I think, is what I'm seeing. You see a great play here and there, but then it's, they miss a block or, make a mistake and just not able to really stay consistent on a drive.
Yeah, and it really seems like that Miner is playing in just a little bit faster speed in there. The speed of the game determines who wins so much of the time. And to this point, Miner just looks like they've got it in a little bit faster gear than Jackson Olin does. And even on this drive right here, you don't feel the sense of urgency that you would like Jackson Olin to have. Don't mean that as a criticism. I'm sure the young men are playing as hard as they can. But to this point, Miner has just been able to summon more adrenaline to the battle, I guess you might say.
It seems like Miner comes out at about 80 miles an hour and Jackson Olin at about 50 right now.
There you go.
So
yep.
Big fourth down play right here.
Little bunch set here to the bottom. Usually that's a crossing route.
Motion across the formation. Lowe's going to step back, roll to the left side, got some room. Down to the 10-yard line, and he'll take it down to the 6. That should be good for first down yardage, a first down and goal. That time, all the congestion was on the right, and they turned loose over on the left-hand side.
Well, in every defense, there's got to be an edge player. And you saw the edge player for Miner. Unfortunately for Miner, he was also a guy that was covering the number 2 receiver, and that doesn't work out too well. And
it looks like they may have stopped him here. Maybe he did not get the first down. I thought he had the first down, but it looks like that Miner does come up with a stop. I thought when he stretched forward right there.
He had to get almost to the 5, and as you look at the chains over there, it was close.
It was.
Does it look like it's a turnover, and a great job by Miner, and a great job by the flat defender to that side to come off his coverage and make that play and stop that first down effort.
There's Gardner. He's a downhill runner, and he'll bring it out to about the Talk about the 14-yard line. Good running on the right side for David Gardner. He gets the football. He is north and south. There's not a lot of dancing in that
I tell
guy.
you, this is not a finesse team
No.
we're looking at, folks.
He runs hard. You also got Vance that runs the football hard.
Well, and you know they're not little guys either. I mean, Gardner's 5'10", 205. That's almost a perfect size for a running back.
Gardner a junior, Vance a senior. Second down, they go back to Gardner again. He's got a gap, looks shy of the first down by about a half yard. Good running on that right side. They found something they like over there.
Yeah, that was, you know, really an updated version of the old Green Bay sweep. Watch both guards pull right here. That's Fuzzy's Thurston and Jerry Kramer. Oh, excuse me, no, it's not. It's but a very well executed play.
So third down and very short. Quarterback keeper will get the first down and carrying it forward and will bring it out to the 25-yard line. He just wouldn't go down. And
I don't think they're going to have to measure, Tommy.
no. Right up the middle is Glass, and his teammates are pulling and tugging and trying to carry him. You watch right here. This is a team effort. You see Glass in there, and then his teammates start grabbing him, and here we go. It's a scrum, and they'll bring it out good for first down yardage.
Those big guys up front now are having themselves quite a night so far. Look at 52, it's Khalil Witt. Roselle is up there, Cade, Krim, they're really doing a nice job.
Back to pass, going deep. Got a man down there if they can connect and can't hang on. He had his man deep. That is Jemison. Jemison just cannot pull it in.
Well, that was a post route right here, and he's clean. But I want to tell you what's going to happen here. When that ball clears past your eyes right there, you're going to misjudge it, and it's going to come off your fingertips almost every time. Because what happens is for some reason, when it gets past your eyes like that, it fools your brain. And that's why you teach guys to catch the ball before it passes your eyes, if at all possible. Really a nice route and a pretty good throw, just couldn't pull it in.
3:39, Coach Abrams wishes he had another shot at that because he
like
had his man open. Second down here. Not a lot of room for Glass with not really a 360, about a 720 spin there. And he spun around twice and then brought down. So it's going to bring up a third down and long. What's this here? The wraparound there's one spin.
Yeah,
and we'll do it again.
It's just your basic double spin tackle right there, Tommy. It's
happens every day. Clock rolling, 3:17 left here in the first half. Boston has been impressive as well today. Not called Robinson's name.
Haven't heard as much as we thought we would.
Again, as we said, sure this offense finds where he is and tries to go the other way. He's got pressure now, and they're going to dump it off short. The catch is made, but not a lot of room there. And to bring up fourth down.
It was a really nice job by the inside linebacker that side to smell that thing out. He got a whiff of it. I didn't get his number. Might be that young man right there. Might be.
You see Robinson.
9, yeah, Jacoby Moultrie.
Yeah. You see when Robinson comes around that edge.
Oh yeah.
Left tackles have a real tough time, and I think at the next level, that's what he is a speed rusher or one of those jack linebackers. I think that's going to be his role.
I think the position that's called is the angel of death.
Yeah,
I think is what.
Looked like Lawrence Taylor coming around the corner that time.
Those guys come around that edge with that long wingspan, and it looks like they take 5 yards in one step. And they're very, very difficult to handle, I can tell you.
So 2:43 left and a timeout on the field. And Jackson Olin's going to stand to get some pretty good field position here and try to get on the board before the break.
Which would be huge now.
Running time for the Tenacious Tigers. Officials are discussing something here. Let's see, resetting the clock. And they're giving us some hand signals for the clock, so I think that we have to put a little time on the clock. So that is our hold up right now, but minor. 13-2, Jackson Olin's only points in this ball game. High snap over the punter's head. And so you think right here the snap has to be good as they snap it back to DeAndre Coleman.
You know, I don't think you want to say at this point that this game to this point has been all Minor, but they certainly have had the upper hand for the majority of the night.
Very important snap right here. He stands back at about the 15-yard line. Good snap back there, too. I'm going to have to hurry. Gets it out of there. Fair catch called for and made. Pops loose. Minor says they have it. And the official agrees. They do have the football. The Tenacious Tigers on the coverage as it pops loose. And now Minor takes over. First down and 10.
I don't know who recovered it, but Patrick Brody came out of the scrum with it.
Khalil King muffs the punt. Coach Vakakis.
He may want to talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, he is irate. Wow. I don't know if you're an official, you want to go over and discuss things with him right now because he is.
Let me direct you to my associate.
Yeah, he is intense. And he is out here discussing it. I think the question is how much room did he have or did they bump into him? As you see the ball pop loose and Minor jumps on top of it. There's a guy over here on the near side, and Coach Vakakis wants a penalty call, but you know, get another look at it right here. You see him come up, there's a block and he spins. Not sure if he bumped into him, but he probably obstructed his view and his concentration. But I don't know that.
Well, and there was a gold shirt between he and the returner, so I understand the frustration right there. But
Vakakis disagrees that there will be no penalty, and it's going to be Minor football.
I think we're going to disagree to disagree right there.
Coach Vakakis intensity meter off the charts right now. Here's Minor with it, first down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Two wideouts to either side for Glass. And motion man and handoff, first man through. That's the line of scrimmage, maybe forward for a yard, and that's going to be about it. So it's going to bring up second down and long.
I thought that was a good job of running by Vance to just get it back to the line of scrimmage. Look, the play was designed to hit outside, and there was nothing there. And he planted that left foot in the ground, got upfield, and at least avoided a sizable loss.
Both defensive fronts have played well here in this first half. And offensively, they've been able to get a play here and there, but defensive fronts have really dominated. Back to pass, rolling out. In trouble. Stops, going to be hit back at midfield, and Glass is going to be dropped down. Unable to escape the two defensive ends we've talked about, Boston and Robinson. They combine for the sack. It's third down and long.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to outrun these two bookends, and you can see Robinson on the left of your screen. He avoids the pass setup to the inside and then just shows that great speed, and you can see why he is a top prospect. At 6'5", 220 that can run like that. You don't go to Walmart and pick those guys up off the shelf, I can tell you.
Absolutely not. It's a big third down and long now for this Minor team. Tommy Wood along with Coach Rick Rhodes here on the HSA Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM. 1:49 left in the first half. Minor 0-2 on the year. They lead 1-1 Jackson Olin by a 13-2 margin.
Been a good football game to this point. Right?
It really has, and you know, you look at it, and that high snap gave the Mustangs their only points. Offensively, they had a good drive, but could not convert on a fourth down deep in Minor territory, and not able to get on the board. And we've seen Minor at times able to get some running lanes on, especially on that counter play.
Yep, they sure have. And you know, they've kind of gone away from that here now the last couple of series. Been impressed with Robinson. We got a good close up at him. There he is again.
And Glass, the quarterback for Minor, has delivered some good footballs in the first half. And you know, it's kind of like they've not thrown, but this is a third and long. You may see him go to the air here, so you're looking at about third down and about 15 yards to go. So let's see what they can dial up here. Glass back to pass, kind of a jump pass. Looking for Woodard out here. And that reason I think that the passing has not been effective here in the second is they're starting to get more and more pressure on him as well.
Well, you know, there's an old saying that I think makes some sense. It's pretty hard to throw the football when you're laying on your backside, and the Mustang defense has sure ramped up, and the comfort zone for throwing the football is not near what it was earlier in the game.
Well, that's the thing. On that last pass, Glass almost jumped to throw the pass. He
Yep.
felt the pressure, even though it was not that close to him, in a shanked punt. And now you're going to get Jackson Olin with good field position with 1:43 remaining. You see Lowe coming out there, and they'll try to get something on the board here before the break.
That punt was almost straight up and straight down.
Not a lot there. So first down and 10 for Jackson Olin. See if they can get on the board and cut into this 11-point lead. Abrams.
Coach Abrams, he looks like he has fun.
He and the official have had a couple of good laughs. First down, they'll hand it off end around, and not a lot of room, and trapped and driven back. Again, the defensive front making it happen. No running room on the outside against this Minor defense.
Well, and again, you see unblocked people at the point of attack. That time, you look at number 40, Jamie Weldon, comes from the right side of your screen, untouched, and of course, great pursuit afterwards. You see right there, Roman McDonald there to finish it off.
So second down at about 13. Lowe's back, got pressure, he's hit, ball pops loose. Minor did look like they got on it, but it may have been a good hustle play by an offensive lineman. It is, and going to bring up third down. Minor had a shot at it, couldn't pull it in.
And it looked like that was Jamie Weldon again, coming from the right of your screen, really again untouched.
Just jumped over it, and good hustle play there. That is going to be by Raekwon Goldthwait, as he's able to keep the football away from Minor. More than likely save some points here before halftime.
I think so. I think so.
It's third and long. Set up the screen to the near side. Catch is going to be made. Nowhere to go. And good play by that Minor defense again.
Yeah, just great pursuit by the Minor defense, but you know, just out of sync for the Mustang offense. This is a quick screen. You see the lineman release downfield, but the angle is wrong. The corner is out there unblocked, and great inside-out pursuit by big number 57 for Minor. That is Jesse Stanley, and just great pursuit on his part. That big guy got outside in a hurry.
I think there's a typo on the roster that we've got. It says 5'10", 180. I'm going to change that 1 to a 2.
You don't think he's 180?
I don't think so.
You know, I'm wondering
if he is, I want his scales.
Yeah, you know, I'm wondering if that might be Jeremiah Daniel, the 5'9", 250-pound nose guard. He's listed at number 99, but sometimes those numbers fool us. But anyway, we're not real sure who that young man is, but a heck of a play. I mean, come all the way from the inside, get out there and get on that tackle. Just really, really great pursuit, great hustle on his part.
So again, that defense from Minor, that's been the story here in the first half. That's something we didn't know what to expect coming in. And you look at this Minor defense, and they have played extremely well and continue to turn Jackson Olin away. And again, the Mustangs forced to punt here.
I guarantee at halftime, Coach McCacus is going to look at his schemes and try to get them shored up, because there's been an awful lot of white shirts unblocked.
Punt it away. Catch is made back at the 35. Good made miss there. And that's about the 37-yard line. So 36 seconds. I think you may see Minor just take a knee and take this into the locker room. I don't think you want to try to make any mistake here in the last half minute.
Well, that would be the conventional thinking right here, but who knows? Might try to get a cheap one before the half, but I think I'd take a knee and take my winnings and go regroup for the second half.
Jackson Olin 10-0 in the regular season last year. They've started off 1-1 after falling to Shades Valley last week, 38-12. Minor still looking for the first win of the year. They're going to take a lead into the locker room. Back to pass. Glasses. Nope, we are going to go deep, and he's got a man down there, and they could not connect. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Jemison again.
He
has 2 steps, and if they connect right here, he's still running.
Yeah, that's twice on the post. I don't know, partner. That's 2 real long steps.
Yeah, it was a little longer than I thought.
Yeah, he ran that post and ran right by the corner. They may try that one again. If you look at the top of the screen, you can see the cushion is a little deeper than it was before.
Try to keep him in front now. They'll hand it off to Gardner. He's got a wall of blockers in front of him, and he'll rumble for about 10 yards, and that's going to stop the clock for a first down with 22 seconds left on the clock.
That was big Brandon Cage, the right guard out in front for him, 6'3", 265, rumbling downfield. And I tell you what, if you're a corner right there, that's about as good as you're going to do. Is you're going to try to bounce off that thing and make a play. And I tell you, that one hurt right there. I think that was Paris Watson he got a piece of. And I tell you, this offensive line's been impressive.
They really have. 22 seconds left on the clock. They're trying to come up with another play to get them some more points here before halftime. And you looked a few moments ago, you thought Jackson Olin offensively might have a chance to go get some points on. They have to punt it away after another defensive stand by Minor. Now you've got the Tenacious Tigers getting a bit first down yardage here. And you and I said pretty much sit on that 11-point lead. And
shows you what we know.
I'm telling you, Minor may have a shot to make something happen here.
The board says there's 3 timeouts left. We know that's not right. I'm not sure how many they have left.
That's going to be the last one, I think. They're right outside of midfield, so Minor still needs a big play to get down into the scoring area. And that's a low pass, incomplete. That time was not able to get the pass up. Coach Abrams knows that they missed a chance to pick up some yardage there.
There's a thing you ask your quarterback doing, that's to load up his backside, drive off his back foot, and that time kind of separate a little bit, step forward while the ball was still going back, and that ball is going to either be underthrown or way overthrown every time, and that time he threw a little bit in the dirt.
So 16 seconds on the clock. Minor can dial up anything here. Throw down there, the catch is made, 35-yard line down to the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Guess who?
Once again, it is Woodard on the catch. Here comes Minor.
Now watch this concentration now. That's just great hands right there. I mean, the defensive back did just what you're supposed to. He had his hand right between the receiver's hands, and Woodard would have none of it. He's plucked that thing like an apple off a tree.
So stop the clock here, just clock it. And 7 seconds and let a couple of precious ones run off. So 3 seconds should be the final play coming up. They'll just have to go with the old Hail Mary and have a shot at it in the end zone. But Minor, big plays in the first half, several chunk plays. It's one of those where they continue to find a play when they need it, but they've got a chance to throw in the end zone right here if he can get the time. Steps up, Glass in trouble. Now he's going to tuck it under and run, and he's going to be sacked at the 25. Unable to get the pass off. Robinson, check that. That was not Robinson. That was Boston on the tackle there, and we head to the locker room 13-2. Minor with the lead over Jackson Olin as they head to the locker room here. 11-point advantage for the Tenacious Tigers. It is halftime. Looking back at the first half, we have seen some great plays, some great defensive plays on both sides, and an 11-point lead for the Minor Tenacious Tigers. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, there's more on the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price, guaranteed. If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Locally owned and accredited, Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations. Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Score at halftime, 13-2. Minor with the lead over Jackson Olin. Time to check out the Minor High School band under the direction of Mr. Ernest Eccles. .36 in the clock in the second half, 13-2. Minor with an 11-point lead. Back with more halftime action in just a moment.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
What's lurking under your home? Moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions will help you with the best plan to keep your home safe. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
If you love marching bands, you are in for a treat right now. This is the Jackson Olin Mean Green Marching Machine under Mr. Daniel Carr, here to entertain us at halftime on the HSAA Game of the Week. Enjoy the Jackson Olin Marching Band.
Take it away. Let's go, Major.
Well, the Mean Green marching machine has shown their moves. We'll see if the Mustangs can make a move in the second half. They're down 13-2. Back with more of the HSAA Game of the Week.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price, guaranteed. If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations. Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Locally owned and accredited, Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Welcome back as we take a look at Jackson Olin Stadium, and right now the home team not really having a lot of success. They're down 13-2 to the minor Tenacious Tigers here at halftime. Tommy Wood along with Coach Rick Rhodes. And Coach, we go into this ball game, we knew about really the Jackson Olin defensive front, but it's been minor. Up in the trenches have really set the tone.
Yeah, they really have. They've really controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and Minor has had some nice throws and catches and some nice runs, but I think that's really the story, that both the offensive and defensive lines for Minor have really played very, very well.
As we take a look at some of the highlights here in the first half, you look back at this ball game, and really early on you got Jackson Olin trying a deep pass. The defensive backs really in great position, gets a big turnover here early, and this they capitalize into points, but you got a good quarterback in Glass. He finds his man on the outside. Great move right there at the 15 to set up Minor in deep into the red zone, and after that it's Vance on the left side for 6.
Yeah, Glass was a little bit inconsistent in the first half, but really had some very, very good throws, and the running backs at Minor showed really did very well. This is really one of the highlights, obviously, for Jackson Olin. Just an unforced error right there, something that we talked about at the lead up. But Minor will continue to ground and pound. That's the counter play they ran so effectively. There's a little half roll right here, nice throw and catch, and really 2 or 3 receivers looked very good for Minor the first half, and especially that young man right there, Tyler Woodard, the 6'3" senior receiver, and good tough running right there to really kind of set the tone for the first half.
Yeah, we talked about it in this ball game. Not a lot of finesse. These two teams are in your face, and it is smash mouth football. And right now, Minor is winning that battle.
Yeah, they really are. And again, it's what's up front that counts. And both lines have played very, very well. And I'm sure that Jackson Olin spent a lot of time at halftime looking at their schemes, because there's been too many white shirts that have gotten into the Jackson Olin backfield just really completely unblocked.
Yeah, I think if you're Jackson Olin, Coach Tim Vakakis, you've got to find a way offensively to get some positive yardage, and that's been a tough way to go here in this ball game. What about defensively? You look, and the guys up front for Minor are winning on the offensive front as well.
Yeah, they really are. They've had great success running the gap schemes, block down with one side, pull the other side through, a little misdirection action, and they've consistently had good success with that. And if Jackson Olin can't find a solution to that, they're going to have a hard time winning this game. We're
going to find out pretty quickly if they found a solution as we come back for second half action. This is the AHSAA Game of the Week, brought to you by Ox Foundations on WOTM.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
What's lurking under your home? Moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions will help you with the best plan to keep your home safe. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark.
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coach Tim Vakakis of Jackson Olin High School trying to find something at the half to spark his team. They trail 13-2 at home to the minor Tenacious Tigers.
I bet you didn't take lunch orders at halftime. I'll tell you. I think he probably got those schemes straightened out and encouraged his guys to dig a little bit deeper and try to fight fire with fire. And they'll try to make a run right now.
Look over at Coach Abrams on the other side, and got to be happy with a 13-2 lead, but obviously you know that you're going to expect a run from this Jackson Olin team, and you've got to keep that foot on the pedal and keep things going, especially, I think, defensively. They've played well to keep Jackson Olin in check, and they're going to have to continue to be in the right positions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure he encouraged his guys to, keep in mind, we get the ball first and start this second half. We can knock one in, take some time off the clock, and put points on the board. It's going to be awful tough for us to not come out of here without a win tonight.
Amadou Ba, the kicker for Jackson Olin. Hang it up there. Let's see if Minor can get a return here. They do. 35-yard line, 40, 45 midfield. And Ba is going to butt him out of bounds. Check that on the stop is Williams, but a great return to open the second half for Minor.
So Darius Holt, nice job. You want to try to make one guy miss and then get north and south, and that's exactly what he does. He shows a little speed right there. And nice job there. I think it was by Markel Williams to save a touchdown. And I guess the second half could have started better for Minor, but not much. And that's exactly what the Jackson Olin faithful did not want to see happen. Why here they haven't even gotten back in their seat yet, and Minor is knocking on the door.
The lead is 11 as we open up the second half. Good look there. And Alex Glass had a good first period throwing the football, and at times in the second, but you saw some of that Jackson Olin pressure getting to him in the latter stages of the first half. But right now, good field position to start it off, as they'll open up at the Mustang 42-yard line. Confusion over who should be in there, and a player checks off late. Here comes Minor with it. It's the speed sweep. Jemison trying to get to the corner, makes the first man miss, got a face mask there, and it will come in, and that's a personal foul face mask. It's going to move it deeper into Mustang territory.
And he showed a little speed there getting around that edge. I thought he was going to be boxed in and not be able to get the corner, but he got about 3 or 4 on the run, and that 15 tacked on is going to be important. I was a little bit surprised that Minor didn't get flagged for breaking the huddle with 12 men on the field, but it was not called, but I think this one probably was.
Yeah, you see right there, and that's right in front of the official. They're not going to miss that one.
Normally when that head does a 180 turn, they're not going to miss that. That's for sure.
It's pretty obvious on that one. So first down yardage for Minor. And the Tigers trying to add to their lead here. Just outside the 20, we'll call it about the 21-yard line. The give to Vance. Vance waiting for blockers. Goes to the side and be pushed out of bounds. They'll mark him, looks like at about the 12-yard line, and he's into the Metro Goals red zone. Of course, whether you're selecting a basketball goal for your own backyard or outfitting soccer fields for the entire school system, get in touch with the folks at Metro Goals. That number 205-664-0002. Metro Goals red zone for the Minor Tenacious Tigers at about the 12-yard line. First down and 10.
It was a power play and real heads-up play by the left guard. Jackson Olin tried to seal it down, and got back outside and come back to the counter again.
The right side. And Gardner on that carry.
Tried to duck it up inside. I think he saw a hole right there, but I think it was an illusion. And that hole did not pop clean, closed pretty quickly.
Vance on that carry. He and Gardner have both had some big carries in the first half. Gardner back in there now. Pretty much the same build for both guys, as they have been interchangeable here in this ball game. Second down and long. Back to pass. Going to throw the fade pattern out there. It is short, and it is going to be picked off. That is a big interception in the end zone. Coming out of there with it is going to be Markel Williams. Again, the underthrown pass on the fade, and Williams able to get back in there and rip it away, and that's a big, big stop.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Glass has thrown some really good passes tonight, but that wasn't one of them. That's the fade route. You want to try to drop it into the trash can, so to speak, and throw it up and over the outside shoulder. You can see that ball never had a chance. That ball's thrown low into the inside, and really a nice adjustment by the defensive back right there. I think that's Markel Williams to pull that thing in. And, boy, I tell you what, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Jackson Olin. And I guarantee you, as you looked at Glass and the frustration, he'd like to have that throw back.
Robinson with a little bit of pressure made him throw over him and caused an errant throw. And here comes Jackson Olin. They'll fake the sweep, and quarterback keeper for a couple of yards. Low there.
You know, you like to see when the ball snapped, that offensive line give you just that whoop, off the line of scrimmage. You just haven't seen it from the green and gold tonight. Not lethargic, but they just haven't had that snap that Minor on the other side has had, at least not to this point, as we see a Mustang down in the field.
Player down for Jackson Olin. Looks to be one of the guys up front, so they're checking on him. He's down at about the 23-yard line.
Don't like seeing him checking that lower leg.
Jackson Olin again 10-0 in the regular season last year. Last Friday night they fell to Shades Valley 38-12. That was their first loss in the regular season. In their last 12 outings, they're averaging right at 20 points a ball game, but defensively, Jackson Olin giving up right at 31 points a ball game, and that's a stat that really jumps out at you because they gave up 24 to Fairfield, and then last week 38 to Shades Valley.
Yeah. And evidently Shades Valley is is a very good football team this year, and you're going to have nights like that. As we look at, I think that's Aubrey Allen coming off, 5'9", 265-pound offensive lineman. But as we said at the start of the show, I mean, we start region play tonight. It's a whole new season, and I think it's been a frustrating night for Jackson Olin at this point. But it's still just a 13-2 two-score game.
You look at it, and Minor's celebrating. They feel like they're dancing around. They've got the spirits high, and Jackson Olin have to try to change the momentum and get back in this thing.
Well, Mo is definitely wearing a white shirt right now.
Second down and long right here. They'll swing it out on the outside. Catch is going to be made and knocked out of bounds at about the 24. Good pursuit out here on the boundary. It's going to bring up a third down and about 6 yards to go. The swing pass just really good pursuit and a great play out there. Knocking him out of bounds is going to be Jaquez Wilson. Just a way to fight off the block.
Yeah, and they weren't able to get the edge secure, and that play's going to get you 3 or 4 unless you get somebody pinned on the sideline. It just didn't happen. As we see a Tenacious Tiger coming off.
It's Wilson. When he pointed to his helmet, I think his helmet's got to do some work on that and try to get him fixed back up. I think the chin strap popped off, so we'll try to get that fixed up in a hurry. Big third down right here. Jackson Olin came up with a stop defensively. And the last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give it back to Minor. But
this is the biggest play of the game for the Jackson Olin offense so far. Right here.
Low quarterback keeper finds a gap and going to be stopped at about the 29, so he'll be shy. Needed to reach the 30 for the first down. Looks like he'll be about a yard short, bringing up 4th and a yard.
Well, when you pull linemen, somebody's got to fill for him. And you see the puller and you can see the white shirt right behind him, because that defensive end, that's Weldon right there, Jamie Weldon. And he's taught to get right in the hip pocket of that puller. And if you don't have somebody blocking back on him, that's exactly what he'll do. And a really good heads-up play by that young man.
So Coach Vakakis wants to, he's going to have to punt the football away deep in his own territory, facing 4th down and a yard. So Minor going to get the football back here.
Big stop by Minor right there.
2 big stops one by each team here to open up the 3rd. Gets out of there. Fair catch called for. Dropped. It's on the turf. Battle for it. Jackson Olin's got it. Another muff punt. We've had one by each team, and this time coming out of there with it for Jackson Olin is Paris Watson. And the Mustangs will have it 1st down and 10.
Well, you know, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. You have to settle under it. You have to focus on the back tip of that ball and look that thing all the way in and be oblivious to what's around you. And there are a lot of gold shirts around there. You see, he doesn't adjust to the ball at the end. He tries to catch it over the shoulder and try to keep that ball zeroed in right between your numbers. And if you don't, that can be the result right there. Man, what a big turnover.
Handoff. Nothing doing. That defensive line for Minor able to get in the backfield again.
Penetration again.
Bring up 2nd down and long, and good to see coming back into the ball game Aubrey Allen for Jackson Olin as he checks back in on that offensive front. Talked about the play a few moments ago being a huge play for the Mustangs. This drive is key, I think, in this ball game.
Well, and they're in 4-down territory.
Rolling out, throwing it deep, and incomplete.
Very, very fortunate. Obviously, that one was intercepted. They tried to run a version of the play that Minor hit early in the game. Clear out with a deep guy, throw somebody short, and then try to hit that intermediate route. But this ball was way overthrown, and very fortunate that ball wasn't picked off.
Darius Long unable to pull that one in, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Mustangs now. Stop with 8:25 left here in the 3rd. Play the line with 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. As Lowe will swing on the outside. Catch is going to be made, trying to get running room and nowhere to go and being dropped in the backfield. That is Calhoun, and he had nowhere to go, and it's 4th down and 10.
Well, that's that quick swing pass again, and of course, you got to get blocks on the edge, and just a great job right there. I think that might have been number 7, Tristan Lawson, that was out there, the nickelback. Just beat the blocker at the line of scrimmage and just nowhere to go. And that was 3 downs and really nothing. Going backwards for Jackson Olin. That's got to be very, 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 very frustrating. And it just builds the momentum on the other side, and that's called frustration right there.
You
folks.
see the eyes right there looking deep into your soul when you come to the sideline and see that. Now they're going to have to punt the football away. They'll try to pin Minor deep. This one hits and goes into the end zone, so the Tigers will take over 1st down and 10 out at the 20-yard line. Minor coming off a 4-7 season last year. They did make the playoffs, fell to Muscle Shoals 10-7 in the 1st round.
You know, Coach Abrams' first year there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and you know, I saw them play last year when they played down in Pelham. They were an impressive-looking team, had a lot of speed, very aggressive team, and kind of what we've seen tonight. And this is the kind of win, if it continues like it is, it's the kind of win that you can build a season on. So we'll see how it plays out, but still a long way to go in this one.
Vakakis ends the one-way discussion with his quarterback. Here comes Minor with it. Vance on the right side, nothing to do there. That's a good defensive play out here on the stop. It is going to be Will Hall. And also it looks like Jacoby Moultrie.
It's a nice job. You know, they try to kick out, and Moultrie would have none of it. He fights off the block and makes a nice open field tackle. Stop that for no gain. Nice job by that young man.
This Mustang defense has not been bad tonight either. They've been put in some tough positions.
They really haven't. You know, you just almost think that from a Jackson Olin standpoint, they just need a spark. You know, they need some kind of a big play to get them lit up.
Pass flipping out. Here's Glass too low.
That's mechanics again. You know, tries to come off the fake and throw the slant, or excuse me, the quick hitch, and you really got to snap that ball back and load up your backside. Really try to throw off his front foot. He just couldn't put anything on it.
Talk about needing a spark. He's one of those guys that if he can get that feeling back he had in the first period, he's kind of lost, like you said, the mechanics, and but well, he was delivering some good footballs early. He's just not had a lot of success. Vance will go to the left side, got a flag back behind him. Gain a couple of yards. Got a flag back in the interior. This would indicate a hold.
Yep.
I believe.
So it might be
Taylor, I think.
Big number 51.
That's a chop block.
Hold a little bit.
And so we're going to look back and see what happens down here in the interior. Watch, 60 goes straight at the legs, and you got the tackle coming down. So it's going to be the chop block every time.
Yeah, center tried to cut to the front side, and the left tackle came down and blocked high, and that is a textbook chop block. That's a good call by the officials. Of course, it's a safety factor, and negates that play, and I think it's going to force a fourth down.
So another punting situation for Minor. That's what we've had in the second half. You got a good look right there at Khalil King waiting to return the kick for Jackson Olin. And the early snap was high. The rest have been right on the money. That was a good one. And this punt, they're going to get away from it, let it roll, and it's going to die at about the 44-yard line. So you look at the Mustangs, good field position to start the drive again.
Okay, they've been close to a couple of those punts now. They got back there in a hurry. That ball got out real quick, or they might have gotten that one. So, again, great field position for the Mustangs, but got to take advantage of it.
Looks like they're going to take the timeout. We will take the break as well. This is the HSAA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price, guaranteed. If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Youth suicide. Don't want to talk about it? You should. Hi, I'm Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama. 4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide have given clear warning signs. By knowing the warning signs associated with suicide and knowing how to help, you could save a life. Visit jasonfoundation.com and start learning how you can make a difference.
Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Locally owned and accredited, Ox Foundation Solutions will come up with the right fix for you. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
We are halfway through the third. Jackson Olin trying to get something going offensively. They'll take over 1st and 10 inside the 45-yard line of Minor. As Lowe will take it, give it off first man through. Penetration, the name of the game. They'll spin him down. That is a great play. Looks like number 57 makes the stop there. That is Jesse Stanley again.
Well, and again, this is a double pull. This is the counter play that Minor's had some success with, but you can see Jackson Olin's version does not get the defense sealed to the inside. And we've seen that young man all over the field tonight. He's had himself quite a night.
Got a sideline warning against Jackson Olin there. No yardage assessed. Bring up a 2nd down and long. Coach Tim Vakakis, you just got to try to find some way offensively to create some type of movement up front. I mean, it's just straight penetration, and you've got Minor just pinning their ears back and coming.
I don't remember many plays at all tonight where there hasn't been a white shirt in the Jackson Olin backfield, and you just cannot have that kind of penetration.
Defensive front has really played well. They'll now go with a 3-man front, and Lowe is going to take it and step back. Got pressure from the right side, steps up in trouble, and he's going to be sacked back around midfield. 57 once again, Jesse Stanley in on the stop. Also, you got Jaquez Wilson helping him out there.
Well, this time Minor's going to slant their front to the field and force the quarterback to roll to the boundary, and then just a great reaction by by the second level defensive Minor to come up and make the stop. And just to this point, Jackson Olin has no answers.
Third down and long yet again for the Mustangs. This drive has gone backwards again. Back to pass, flips it out there too high, incomplete. A little stopper out here and overshoots his receiver by a good yard. And he's just having a tough time tonight.
That's a frustrated young quarterback right here. And you know, when you're a young quarterback and you can't get in rhythm, you can't set your feet and throw, it's very, very difficult. And that's the frustration that young man feels right now. Hang in there, young man. Lots of football left to play.
He's not able to, again, set the feet and deliver a good catchable pass. So now it's punting time. That Minor defense continues to play extremely well. He'll punt it out of there. Get away from it, and it is going to roll dead at about the 23-yard line, and that's where Minor starts. First down and 10 at the 23. Good look there at Darius Robinson. Last week we got a chance to see Roydell Williams committed to Alabama. Of course, Robinson also committed there. And when it came time for a big play, we saw Williams make it, and you know that player right there from Jackson Olin, Robinson, would love to make a huge play right here to turn this game around.
Well, and you know, he needs to step up for his team, just like Roydell did last week for Hueytown, and he kind of really turned that game around with a couple of big plays. And I know that Robinson would like nothing better than do exactly the same thing.
Run from the shotgun again. Glass back there at quarterback. He'll take it, give it to the first man through, and that's going to be Vance. He bounces it out, gets a good block, and he picks 9, maybe 10. Hit falls forward for 11 yards, and that is good for a first down for the Tenacious Tigers.
Well, again, you watch the right guard. He's out leading the way, gets nice block on the edge, and he's blocking to the echo of the whistle, Tommy.
That was a great block in there to seal off and give him that running lane, and he took advantage of it. I'm impressed with Vance and his vision.
Very much so.
He kind of, again, shows a lot of patience as well.
Yeah, great vision and uses his blockers. That was big Brandon Kay that got out front. Now there's some penetration right there by the gold shirts.
That's right, right up the middle again, and making the stop is going to be number 55, the very emotional leader, as he's high-fiving everybody, including players from Minor, Jacorian Red.
Yeah. 5'11", 285-pound nose guard. He slants to his left and just beats the center straight up. And
he's high-fiving everybody, and one of the Minor players walked by, and he popped him on the hand. So
now that looks, you see that helmet? That's a defensive lineman.
That is a lineman helmet.
That's what a defensive lineman helmet should look like.
Looks like he came through a brick wall to get here.
Well, it probably did, actually.
Back is Glass, throw, not there.
Yeah. And again, the ball is low, and you know, everything starts on the front side. If I can be a coach here just for a second, you know, you got to load up your backside and transition off your backside, and when you don't get that weight back, you're not going to be accurate at all. And that's why that ball's going into the dirt right here. And there's our big guy with a little different emotion right here.
Yeah, he's going to have to come off. Hoping it's a cramp and get over and get that solved. Third down here at about 13. See if Glass can get the arm going, makes the throw out here, catch is made. Little slip screen, gets it out across
about 2 yards short.
40, but he's still short of the first down marker.
It's a good job of getting the ball. And watch these linemen form a tunnel. I've been so impressed with the Minor offensive line. Now you can see they're out front just like they're supposed to. And that's about what that play is going to get normally. And just the negative yardage play has put them in this short yardage situation.
Minor offensive line has really played well.
They played very well.
Like you said during halftime, this game has been won in the trenches, and that's where the lead has been built. And right now you're looking at fourth down and a couple, and they're going to come up as if they're going for it.
Well, they did earlier. So
they are going to go for it. Handoff right side, and he's got it. They give it to Vance on the right side, and he hammers. Check that. That is Gardner, and he will pick up the first down.
The heck with the percentages. The heck with playing it. We're going after you. I like it.
It came to win. He'll take it across the sticks, and that is good for another first down for the Tenacious Tigers. You know, you also got to think, if you're going to go for it there, your defense has played really well too.
Absolutely, yeah.
You've got that in your back pocket.
I think your defense has got a pretty good chance to stem the tide.
Give it off, and looking for running room, and finding it is going to be Gardner to the 40-yard line, lowers his shoulder, and he'll take it across the 35 down to the 33. Gardner with a huge run on the right side. Again, this offensive line clearing the way.
Well, this is the Green Bay sweep again. You know, number 62, Brandon Cade, and I think over there on the other side was 51, Jaquarius Taylor, leading the way and leading it well.
So on the move. This Minor team leading by 11, trying to add to it here. They have it first down and 10 at about the 33-yard line. They stick with the run. Gardner hitting the backfield, and Jackson Olin ready for that. They'll stop him with about a yard loss. Back in the ball game is Wren.
It's a little lead zone right here, and not nearly as effective as those gap schemes. You can see that there's Jacorian Wren again back in the backfield. He's able to knife through on that zone scheme. And if I was Minor, I'd keep pulling those guards and blocking down. That's been by far their most effective scheme.
So second down, about 11 yards to go here. And we'll run the power sweep, and J.O. ready for that. They'll get the stop again in the backfield. Is that Wren again? Yes, it is. Wren is taking over in the interior. He's just refusing to be blocked. And he'll make the play out here on Gardner. Now third down and long.
It's just a nice job of pursuing, reading those pullers, getting in their hip pocket, and running that play down inside out. He's hurting a little bit.
He is.
He's hanging in there.
I'm thinking he's battling cramps because he's able to make the play, and then you see him grimacing as he tries to keep the leg straight. It is a third down, big third down play here. Glass back to pass. He's going to look and going to chunk it deep. Got a man down there, and the catch is made. Oh my goodness, what a catch inside the 10-yard line at about the 9. A phenomenal catch out here.
And that's our player of the game.
That's going to be Jemison, who finally climbs the ladder and pulls it down for his quarterback.
Yeah, this ball is underthrown a little bit, either by design or otherwise. Back shoulder, great concentration first to catch the ball, and then to get that right foot down clearly in bounds. My, what a nice throw, and a great catch by that young man right there.
Into the Metro Goals red zone go the Minor Tenacious Tigers. Of course, Metro Goals located in Helena, Alabama. They specialize in manufacturing sports equipment, and they've been doing that for over 40 years. If you need information for residential parks and rec or schools, 205-664-0002. This time, Glass going to keep it. He's in trouble. He'll fight his way back to the line of scrimmage and just showing some leg drive to pick up a couple of yards, and going to bring up a second down and long for the Minor Tigers.
Yeah, you know, I thought we might see that because a couple times there, you know, it looked like Glass could get the edge that the defensive ends had forgotten about him and that he would come clean. But you got to remember who those two defensive ends are. You know, they've been the best defenders for Jackson Olin most of the night, and I really think that they just kind of baited him a little bit and held that to a very small gain.
Second down and goal for Minor should be the final play here in the third. They'll give it off to Gardner. Gardner to the 5. Gardner has the legs chopped down from under him, and he'll land at about the 2-yard line. And so we will march 98 yards to the other end and get things set for the fourth. After 3, Minor leading 13-2 over Jackson Olin right here on the HSAA Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM.
Did you know that suicide is the second leading cause of death for ages 10 to 24? It is also one of the leading causes of preventable death in our nation. It is time we all start to talk more about youth suicide and how we can change these statistics. My name is Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama, and I'm working with the Jackson Foundation and the AFCA to address this serious national health issue. Visit jasonfoundation.com to learn what you can do to help prevent youth suicide.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills? Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Coach Tim Vakakis trying to find a fourth quarter comeback. He's got his quarterback standing right behind him as they get set to begin the fourth period. Got to get something going, but I think first off you got to find a way defensively to keep Minor out of the end zone here in this third down play.
Well, that's the key right here. You know, before they can mount a drive, they got to keep this thing from getting to be a 3-score game. That would be, I don't want to say anything's insurmountable, you know, when you got a whole quarter of football to play, but that would make it real tough.
Especially when you've only had a safety on a botched snap in the first period,
and really haven't come close to scoring. Really,
offensively, they've just not been able to get anything going. So here we go to begin the fourth period, and we'll start. Looks like Minor's going to have it. Third down and goal from the 2-yard line, and looks like Glass going to move up under center.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him run right at him again.
Got Ware in the backfield. Handed off, deep man in there, and that's Gardner, and he's not going to get there. He will get to about the 1, and that's going to be about it. And looks like Wren comes out of there again with a stop. So fourth down and goal, and I think if you're Minor, you got to go for it here and try to punch this baby in.
Yeah, tried to run the power play again, and I think that if he had the option to run that again, he'd have kept that ball outside, kept it off tackle. He tries to cut it back inside, but there's a linebacker sitting right in the hole.
Big play right here, fourth down and goal. Minor, high backfield. Hand is to the fullback and hit once, but carrying the defense in, and that's going to be Ware. Ware will go in for the touchdown and make it a 19-2 Minor lead over Jackson Olin.
Well, that's a really nice job right here with patience. You see, he just gets behind those big guys and just keeps his feet moving. That's called rolling the pile, folks. That's the way you do it, and that's really a great job of I don't know if that puts the nail in the coffin, but it makes it awful tough for Jackson Olin now.
Extra point coming up. And it is through there, 20-2. Minor now leading by 18 over Jackson Olin. And again, looking for their first win of the year, and you give it to the big guy up front. And Ware takes that snap and, like you said, just rolls with the pile, and they continue to find a way, and he just walks into the end zone for the big lead.
Really nice nice job up front, and great patience by that young man right there. Didn't panic, you know, just stayed down, stayed over the ball, kept his feet moving. He knew he'd find a crease, and so far, a happy night on that visitor's sideline.
18-point lead, 11-19. You go back, and the big key in this was this huge catch on the outside by Jemison as he climbs the ladder, gets a foot down, and sets it up, and it's capped off. As we said, Ware with a 2-yard run into the end zone, and Minor leads by 18 in search of their first victory of 2019. Tim Vakakis here, just again,
frustrating night.
Frustrating night. A lot of
just got to keep playing.
Trying to figure out a way to get something going offensively, and they're just not able to do it. And that's been the key. And like we said, the guys up front on both sides for Minor and just continue to get it done. Mustangs will get the football back here. We did see a big return earlier. Let's see if we can get something out of special teams. And short kick going to be angled to the far side, fielded there. Trying to find running room, not a whole lot there. 35-yard line is where the Mustangs will start this drive, first down and 10.
Now they're down 3 scores now with most of the fourth quarter left. But you know, if you're down 2, you can be very methodical and just get it to 1-score game. When you're down 3, you know, you've got to get a big play here somewhere. You've got to get time not being as big an enemy as it is right now. You're going to need a big chunk play somehow, pop a run, hit a long ball, do something to give you a chance to get it at least to a 2-score game relatively quickly.
Low back to pass, going to try. Throws it across the middle, and you're looking at a quarterback whose confidence is really shaken right now. So he's going to need a completion to get anything going offensively. And he's at one of those crossroads where you got to get his confidence up. So he needs a big play to get that look not on his face anymore of total frustration.
Yeah, well, you can see by his body language shaking his head right here. I mean, quarterbacks have to live in the moment. They've got to go to the next play. They cannot, live in retrospect at all, nor can they live in the future. They've got to just play one play at a time, and when you're young, it's very difficult to do.
He's had a tough night, especially. And there's a illegal procedure penalty going to go against Jackson Olin. Move them back 5, and it's going to bring it 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of help, and I don't mean that near as ugly as it sounds. Nobody out there is tanking or trying to throw the game, but it's just, it takes everybody. Just have not been able to get it going.
2nd down and 15. Again, when you're a sophomore quarterback and you're trying to make plays happen, if just one completion can make the world of difference to this young man.
Yeah, sure can. But he's got to show some poise here and take his team on his back. And
he moved again. That time didn't get called. He steps up, throws it down the middle of the field, and cannot hang on.
That's a nice job of stepping up in the pocket and a good throw, and just couldn't come down.
This time you see the pressure around him. He steps up, finds a little gap, lays it out there.
Right on the money.
Again, as you said, Coach, somebody's got to step up and give him some help.
Yep, absolutely. Unfortunate right there, but 19, Brian Adams just couldn't pull it in. Another sophomore.
3rd down play right here.
And Jackson Olin Jackson Olin lost a lot of players, from last year. You look at their offense, you see sophomore, freshman. I mean, they're a young football team.
So he'll step up this time, got pressure, going to be hit and dropped. Sacked again, but only one senior on the offensive unit, and that is going to be Khalil King at wide receiver. Everybody else a junior or sophomore.
Well, and I see a lot of FRs there too. And there's 1, 2, there's at least 4 freshmen that are playing some football for them. So they're a very young team, and experience is a great teacher, but sometimes it's not a very kind teacher, and that's kind of the way it's been to this point. As you can see, Minor's having a good time. And McDonald is enjoying his sack.
So punting time once again for Jackson Olin here on 4th down and long. Bad snap. He gets it. Is he going to fake it? He's in trouble. Just slings it. And Minor's going to get great field position
that's
here.
Probably going to be intentional grounding, and they're probably going to get the ball right back where he threw it from.
That is Wren, the punter. And he got the football. Looked like he had a low snap. Couldn't handle it. Went down and got it. Looked like he was going to run with it momentarily, and then finally just threw it.
Well, of course, his living is made as a defensive lineman. He doesn't have a whole lot of opportunities to throw the football, and I feel sure this is going to be intentional grounding, I would think.
They may give credit for that guy back there, so but still, nonetheless, Minor with
great field position, but they would have had
started
it way back. So
started here at the 30-yard line.
Really surprised that wasn't called, but nevertheless.
1st down and 10. The give. It's going to be Gardner. He'll hammer out a few yards.
I can tell you that the Minor sideline will be very content with 3 more of those plays right there. I mean, they're definitely 4-down territory and like to milk that clock and put another one on the board.
Pick up about 4, so call it 2nd down and 6 right here. I don't know that you'll see Lowe or check that glass try any more passes the rest of this game, and Gardner goes to the right side and he'll be wrestled down, but he'll be shy of the 1st down by about a yard, and the clock keeps on rolling.
That counter game has not been as spectacular as it was in the first half. You can see Jackson Olin is getting pursuit, working off those blocks a little bit better, but still pretty solid play right there. That was Eric Moose that was able to, the inside linebacker that was able to knife through and stop it after about 4 yards.
This snap, it'll be under 9 minutes remaining in the ball game.
this 3rd and 2 is certainly very makeable when, you know, with 2 downs to get 2 yards. They haven't had any trouble doing that tonight.
Gardner's got it, hit in the backfield. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 5. Good play from the outside. Coming in that time is Moultrie.
Yeah, they stunted the outside linebacker on that side. He comes right down the line and hits that thing in the backfield. Great play by Moultrie.
So 4th down and 5. Minor, no doubt, going to go for it here.
I wonder if they'll put it in the air right here.
They're going to let the clock wind down and then look like they're going to take a timeout, but instead they will bring the play in. Big 4th down play. This time, back to pass, throws it out there too tall. New quarterback in the ball game that time, also from Minor, and that's number 17. Amir Morgan is in there. They're unable to connect. As you see, Morgan just step back. And too tall out here, trying to find Woodard.
Woodard didn't do a real good job coming out of his break either. Looked like his hands weren't quite ready to catch. Well, it looked like it was catchable, but not right on the money by any means.
So first down and 10 for the Mustangs.
That goes for naught for Minor, and a nice stop for Jackson Olin.
Clock is the enemy now at 8:06. See if they can get something going offensively. Back to pass, in trouble. Rose left, cuts it back. Finds a little gap, then throws it out here. Catch has made it to 40-yard line. Keeping his feet to the 45. And out to about the 47-yard line. That is a great catch that time by Chambers. And he's able to pick up first down yardage.
Well, this is a nice job of moving in the pocket and really, I mean, Lowe does a nice job, throws a nice ball.
See if that'll get his confidence picked up. And
show some moxie.
One thing I see with Lowe is no matter if he's scrambling, stepping up in the pocket, his eyes are always downfield. I mean, he's not just pulling it down and giving up on the pass. So able to get a big play there. Now gets a first down gain of about 5, so 2nd and 5 to go.
And you know, one of the things that you're playing for right there with a young quarterback, you know, you still got a whole season to go. Even if this one is tough right now, you still want him to have some success moving ahead. And it's 2 nice plays in a row for the young man.
Drops back down the middle. Catch is made on the crossing pattern. And down to about the 44-yard line.
I would say that Minor will give them that little 4 or 5 yard shallow crosser about any time they want it. That keeps that clock running, and you know, it's kind of a minimal gain. Good hit and nice pursuit there by that young man.
3rd down, about a yard. Here comes the pressure this time. Stepping up, throwing it, and incomplete. Pressure came in from the edge. And Lowe just had to take a chance throwing it down the field, and once again we'll call the name of Correz Goodgame, putting the pressure on.
You know, I started to say that I almost thought Lowe could have pulled it down and run for the first down, but after looking at that, I don't think so.
Goodgame was gaining on him.
Yep, very much so.
The clock stops with 6:54 remaining.
That may be our name of the year, and we've had some good ones now. Correz Goodgame.
I like it.
He's had a good game too.
Timeout called Jackson Olin here with 6:54 remaining. Try to set up this 4th down at about a half yard. Again, this Class 6A Region 5 ball game tonight. And Minor 6:54 away from taking the early lead in the region race, and it's a region that Jackson Olin won last year, going 10-0.
A lot of great players, as we said earlier. You know, very, very young, especially on offense, and it's shown tonight. You know, I think the big thing here, obviously, is I know time is an enemy, but they gotta get a half yard. You know, they don't need to get too cute right here. They need to keep this drive going.
Well, and I'm like you. You look at this, and this is, to me, winning the game right now is it's kind of it's going to be a long shot to win this ball game, put it bluntly. But you've got an offense right here that still has plenty of football left here this season to play. So getting something to build on and getting the confidence back against a good defensive unit would be a huge feather in the cap right now. And I think that it's Coach Vakakis. I think that's something he's got to try to make happen here.
That's an excellent point, Tommy.
And he's not going to get it. Tried the little zone read and really all over the defense that time, or all over the play. Ahmad Nelson, he'll lose yardage, and you're going to bring Minor offense back on the field, and that defense has really played well in this football game.
Well, you know, they have stunted and hit gaps all night, and really Jackson Olin has had no answer to that tonight. And you know, very disappointing, very frustrating, but also very exciting if you have on purple and white tonight. Those guys on that side are having a great time.
Excited to get that first win. I mean, they lose the first game by 3 to Ramsey, and last week Paul Bryant, they fall 20-7, and so Minor came in as a hungry football team, wanting to get that first win, and they're winding down the clock. Gardner on the carry, tries the right side, and he'll pick up about 5 or 6. And those guys up front, that's both, as you talked about at halftime, that is still the case. The trenches in this ball game have been dominated by Minor.
Yeah, they really have, and really their offensive line, and I'm not sliding their defensive line, which has played great tonight, but their offensive line has played about as good a game as I've seen in a long time. They've really just been almost flawless. You know, whether they're pulling or pass protecting or whatever, they've really done just a tremendous job.
Mayor Morgan still in there at quarterback. Gardner back there behind him, and so he'll give to him, and Gardner stopped at about the 46-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down, needing about a yard and a half more.
Yeah, good tough defense right there. You know, you get that power play, that linebacker wants to step up and meet that back right in the hole, and that's exactly what happened right there.
So a couple of drives, we've not seen Alex Glass. Coach Abrams giving some of the backups a chance to get in this ball game.
No, I don't think that Glass got hurt.
I've not seen any indication that he was. That's not the case anyway. Big third down play here. They'll give it off, and a little hesitation move, and the pressure there and bringing him down is going to be Moultrie.
Yeah, Moultrie again. You know, they've started bringing edge pressure to the side of the back just about every time, and what that does is if you run that counter play away, you've got a chaser, and Moultrie's done a very good job of chasing and tackling.
5:18, looks like they're going to take the Heat timeout here. We'll take the Heat timeout as well. 20-2, Minor with a lead. Back with more in just a moment.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your home of high school sports in Alabama. Watch WOTM this Thursday at 7 p.m. for the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations. This week, the Dothan Tigers travel to Montgomery to take on the Park Crossing Mustangs. Stay with WOTM all season through each week of the playoffs. WOTM is also your new home for all 7 of the AHSAA championships, live from Jordan-Hare.
What's lurking under your home?
And Jacoby Moultrie, he's had several good plays defensively, and that last one very important. It stopped a third down and about a yard and a half. Now it's 4th down and a little too far, so the Tigers going to punt the football away, and they get it out of there. Shanked off the side, and not a lot of distance on that one.
That's going to be about an 8-yard punt, I think.
And the official still marking, and Coach Abrams wanting to know what happened on that punt. He just got no distance at all. So here comes Jackson Olin, and they'll start at about the 37. Let's see if Glass can get something going right here. Or check that low.
Well, and I think that Tommy, the statement you made earlier about, I mean, you want to play well for a lot of reasons. I mean, you know, you're playing for a season too, and if you could finish this with a nice drive and a score, still got a chance to win the game, but more importantly, you're getting some stuff built for the rest of the year.
Flip on the outside, good play on first down, and it will bring it all the way out to close to midfield, and on that is going to be Calhoun. So he'll pick up a great gain. Just a quick hitch out here.
And just a little swing route right there, and a nice job blocking on the edge a little bit. Flat defender got upfield a little bit. Nice cut right there by that young man. And it's Kentrell Calhoun.
Again, crossing pattern is going to be caught, and not a lot of running room, but into minor territory. Bringing that in is going to be Sager into the ball game. They'll hit him, and he comes right across there. He takes a good pop, but good gain on first down.
I think that short, shallow crosser, they'll get that about any time they want. They'd love to keep that clock moving and give them very short gains.
Keep them in bounds here. Back is low down the middle of the field. Got a man down there. The catch is going to be made, and down to the 10-yard line goes Calhoun. Another great play. And you see Jackson Olin trying to get something going offensively, and he just lays it out there, and his big receiver goes up and gets it 6'2", and able to haul it in.
Well, it's a great job of stepping up in the pocket on the post route, puts it out in front where his guy can catch it, and the defender cannot get between the receiver's body and the ball. Just a great job.
Low on the crossing pattern, catch is made, brought down at the 6-yard line. It's going to be Kaiser Jones. Bring up a second down, and the clock will be stopped at 3:55 remaining. They'll stop and try to get some points on the board. So Minor calls a timeout, try to catch a breath, and they would love to keep Jackson Olin out of the end zone here. They lead 20-2, and 3:55 remaining. So how do you combat penetration and pressure on the quarterback? You throw the little quick passes.
Yeah, the quick game definitely helps, and of course, down here this close, those shorter routes, you can't give them up because there'll be touchdowns. And of course, and he's done a great job. Lowe has of scrambling and stepping up in the pocket and finding the open guy. I think what Jackson Olin needs to do here, that they got to go for the end zone on every snap right here, because 3:55, they still have a very, very big uphill fight. If they do score here, they're going to have to get the onside kick and try to get a quick score, and then it's all hands on deck, and anything can happen then.
Needing to get in the end zone quickly, something they've not been able to do all night. Again, if you're just joining us, Jackson Olin only points on a snap over the Minor punter head, and they get a safety out of it to get on the board. And at one point it's 6-2, but Minor has really been able to play well in the interior, and they lead by 18 here with 3:55 remaining.
And when you're having trouble moving the football, this is a tough area to score from. Now that I've said that, they'll probably knock it right in. And no back set. I mean, obviously this is going to be a quarterback run or a pass.
Low, got it, steps up, hit, dropped it to 10.
And that's really one thing that he can't do right there, is he cannot take a sack. He either needs to throw the ball for a touchdown or throw it out of bounds and stop the clock. Now this loses yardage, and also that clock's running. But he'll learn. He's young.
Another timeout on the field, and Minor starting to celebrating a little bit early.
A little early.
With 3:45, but again, it's been a big night for these Tenacious Tigers. They've got 3:45 away from that first victory here in 2019.
And I think that when Coach Vakakis goes over the film with the guys after the game, this is one of the things he'll talk about, with his young quarterback. Okay, yeah, we kept our time, but we had to waste a very precious timeout right here. Again, when you're down there, no back set, you're going to have combination routes. You got to scan the field, throw it for a touchdown, or throw it away. Cannot take a sack.
I think this is a huge learning experience for this quarterback tonight. A lot of things he can take out of this ball game, that they can continue to improve on. Now it's going to be a lot better if he can get a score here and again get back, get some points on the board here in this ball game, and then try to build on that. But it's going to take a big play here, second down and long.
Well, and he's shown some real moxie here now, because there's been a lot of frustration, and he's mounted this drive right here.
Drop back, got pressure, throws the fade pattern out there and can't connect, trying to find Kaiser Jones. That's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, that one never really had a chance. The Minor defensive back right there did a nice job of pinning it out to the sideline. And, that ball's got to be thrown up and over to the outside, and just never had a shot.
Lobbed it up on the inside, and he had to try to come over the defender. Yeah. Could not make that happen. So fourth down right here. Let's see if Jackson Olin can get on the board. Minor is having a good time tonight. Jesse Stanley.
He's getting his money's worth.
He's had several good plays and showing his good moves here as we're starting to wind things down. We got the flag on the play, and before this one got underway, it's whistle dead. We got the delay of game against Jackson Olin.
Well, at this point, that just gives him a little bit more field to work with, so.
Not a deal breaker.
Nope.
4th down right here. Coach Vakakis would love to get a touchdown on the board. Two wideouts go to the left. Lowe is back, got pressure, steps up, in trouble. He's hit as he throws, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, just guess who? Correz, good game again.
Yeah.
Came off that edge unblocked. Nobody touched him. Came right off that strong side that time, and just really disrupted the whole throw, and play never had a chance.
He stepped up in the. And one thing you're seeing from Lowe is he loves to step up in the pocket.
Yeah.
But that penetration is so deep for Minor. There's really not a deep pocket to step up into.
You get that edge rusher that forces you up, and then you stepped up into a pocket that is collapsing over you, and it's pretty tough. Minor's been very impressive tonight.
3:32. They'll just keep the football on the ground here and try to wind things down. And show Jackson Olin with 1 timeout left. Handoff going on the right side. Picks up a few yards. That clock will get to rolling now with 3:22. As it starts to wind down here, and Minor with a huge win. They move to 1-2, but most importantly, Coach, 1-0 in the region.
That's the number that counts right now.
They'll use all the game clock right here that they can. I know one thing, the players are going to be tired. The band on the verge of exhaustion by the time this one is done. They are nonstop activity. Handoff, Gardner, and he'll spin out across the 20 out to about the 22-yard line.
And you notice that Gardner's got both hands and both arms wrapped around that football. Well coached, going to take care of that football. He's not going to turn the ball over late.
Coach Abrams has really enjoyed his night. We've seen him laughing with the officials and having a big time with them.
Well, he had his team ready tonight. They played very, very well. Been very impressive.
Still coaching right there, talking to Sean Williams, who I believe may be the punter, and they're going to try to see if they can keep it and get some first down yardage, and not a whole lot there. Being thrown down is going to be Morgan. That'll stop the clock. 2 minutes left, and now Minor's going to have to punt the football away, and Jackson Olin has just used their last timeout.
Yeah, I really think that he was going to try to pull it and run the quarterback keep around the outside, but there's nowhere to go. He just ducked it up inside and ran into a whole lot of gold jerseys. So it will be a punt. And Jackson Olin will get one more chance at least to try to get in the end zone.
Again, the only points coming off of the punting unit that had a high snap that went in the end zone. And Coach Tim Vakakis, you're hoping for a repeat performance of that. So they get ready to come out and try to punt this football out of there. And again, I believe Williams may be the snapper, and I think that Coleman will be the one trying to punt it out of there. Coach Vakakis with a smile.
He knows it'll be another day. This is not his first rodeo. He'll get him shaped up.
Boy, he just ran into a physical team tonight. I mean, I look at Minor.
Very much so.
They were just very physical. Snap is low and through the legs, and going to have to. It's in the end zone. Going to be recovered by Jackson Olin. Flag comes in, but that's going to be a touchdown for the Mustangs. The snap was low, went through the wicket of Coleman, and the Mustangs able to pounce on it in the end zone, and that's going to be for a touchdown. will make it a 20-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an illegal kicking, and that's basically what it is when the punter just tries to kick it out of there and didn't jump on it. So it's going to be 20-8. You see right here, the snap really never got off the ground. Coleman tries to get it, then he does kick it once, gets to the end zone, and it is recovered for the touchdown. And pulling that one in is going to be Boston, who's had a great game tonight. And now he cuts into that lead, 20-8. We got a player down for Jackson Olin, and that's number 6. That is the big guy.
Yeah, that's Robinson. It's
yeah, Robinson is coming off, and that is the last thing you want to see if you're a high school football fan in Alabama, not just a Jackson Olin fan. But they are going to bring him off, and he is in a lot of pain, and the coach is trying to, having to really pretty much carry him off, and he's not able to put any weight on that right leg. So he will check out and go immediately into the tent, into the training table over here on the near side, and they'll get in there and start looking. Looks like hopefully they're, I think it's cramps. You can't hardly see in there exactly what they're doing, but they're looking at that lower leg.
Well, we certainly hope that's nothing serious. Obviously, that would be a huge story coming out of this game. But back to football, of course, going for 2 right here, which would get it to a 1-score game.
And going down, stepping on his leg, trying to come out of there with it is going to be Khalil King. He was in there at quarterback when he pulled away. A guard stepped on his foot. He goes down. And 20-8 the score with 1:49 remaining.
Now, obviously, Tommy, math was not one of my top subjects in school. That would not make it a 1-score game. And we'll just leave it at that, okay?
Yeah, that's
well, I got so caught up on Robinson's leg, I was, worried about that, and
yeah.
Somehow I gave him an extra 2 points. So anyway, I apologize for that, folks.
Again, a lot of folks consider that guy right there the top player and top recruit in the state of Alabama. He is committed to Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide. As you can see there, he is in a lot of pain. Right there, you see they hit the spot. And continuing to check him out.
Yeah, I wish they'd move a little bit to the left. Like to see whether it's an ankle or a knee.
So he is down, and we were kind of blocking our view for sure. And now Jackson Olin's going to have to kick it away. Got to be ready for the onside kick here.
Absolutely.
6, 7.
And it does look like they've got a hands team out there. You don't see any big bodies out there from Minor. They all look like guys that handle the ball. And boy, if I was Jackson Olin, I almost might kick it to the top of the screen and just try to dump it over that first line. Yeah.
As they look to be angling it over here to the near side. They'll try to get a. It bounces, and it is going to be hauled in. That is a good play right there by Roman McDonald, I believe, got the paws on it.
I tell you, that was an excellent onside kick. That was just what you wanted. You got the big hop right when you wanted it, right at the 10-yard line. But a nice play by Minor to keep concentration on the ball. Watch that big hop right there.
Hop, and
Minor goes up and gets it, and
McDonald had gone to a knee, but just reached up and plucked it out of the sky and pulled it in there and fell on it, and that's going to do it. 1:49 remaining. Minor can pretty much run the clock out here.
McDonald says, "Ain't nothing to it, man. That's
all you got to do is catch the ball."
He said, "I ought to be playing receiver."
That's right. Now, that's what's going to happen when they watch film. In the next couple of days, he's going to make his pitch to be a receiver. Comes Minor with it. Confusion in the backfield and drilled back at the 30-yard line as J.O. brings the pressure there.
This might be a good time for the Tenacious Tigers to just get in the old victory formation and take a knee.
I think Amir Morgan will vote for that after that pop he just took.
I think so.
They'll let it wind down. 1:24 and rolling.
In no hurry.
No hurry at all. Coach Abrams trying to figure out how he can use the entire clock here, and they're going to let it go down and take the timeout with 1:03 remaining to set up the again trying to just run this clock out. 20-8 Minor. They're going to get their first win of the season after following a couple of close games in weeks 0 and 1. And this is the Class 6A Region 5 matchup tonight. So Minor with an early lead in region play, and that is a huge thing for this program.
Absolutely. Not real sure why they took the timeout there, unless it was just to set up the victory sneak, and because there's really no way that Jackson Olin can stop the clock.
1:02, and they'll snap it back to Morgan. He'll take it and give it off on the right side. Not a lot of room there. On the carry that time is number 36, and that is Xander Vaughn. And they'll let the clock wind down. Minor's been celebrating for pretty much the last quarter, so they will begin the official celebration here in about 33 seconds. Tommy Wood, Coach Rick Rhodes, been a pleasure to be with you guys tonight and bringing you this game as the Tigers will just take a knee there, and that's going to do it.
That'll do it. Congratulations to that young man right here in his program. Impressive win.
Big win tonight for Coach Abrams and the Minor Tenacious Tigers as they get the 20-8 win over Jackson Olin. Again, a lot of folks will be concerned about the leg injury on the other sideline of Quindarius Robinson. Class act right there. Coach Tim Vakakis had a chance to talk to him. He had nothing but great things to say about Coach Abrams earlier this week. A lot of respect between those two coaches, as it should be. They both work hard. They've gotten these programs headed in the right direction. 20-8 the score. Minor gets the 12-point win, and it started with Vance as he goes in for the touchdown, and then there's the safety, followed by the big dunk by Robinson. And Minor makes play after play, and they just won this game in the trenches, Coach. And again, a very solid performance by this Tiger team. Next week, we'll be back at it again, looking for a great game. Dothan and Park Crossing coming your way next Thursday night.
Should be a good one.
See you next week, folks. Have a great night. And you've been watching the HSA Game of the Week presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
WOTM, your home of high school sports in Alabama. Watch WOTM this Thursday at 7 p.m. for the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations. This week, the Dothan Tigers travel to Montgomery to take on the Park Crossing Mustangs. Stay with WOTM all season through each week of the playoffs. WOTM is also your new home for all 7 of the AHSAA Championships live from Jordan-Hare.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.